Welcome to Urban Legends, and in tonight's episode, we'll be counting down the top 5 scariest stories from Texas. As always, we've saved the most disturbing for last. Deep in the heart of Huntsville, Texas, lies Bowden Road, also known as Demon's Road, for good reason. This rural stretch of highway has a chilling reputation, rumored to be haunted by spirits and plagued by unexplained phenomena. A young boy with gleaming eyes rides his tricycle along Demon's Road, and as you approach him, he mysteriously disappears into thick fog. Other times, he stops, turns back, and stares at you with hideous glowing eyes. Neighboring the road is the notorious Marfa Chapel Cemetery, where visitors have reported eerie experiences such as apparitions, shadowy figures, physical contact, and strange orb lights. Martha's Chapel Cemetery is one place where people will not go to after dark, and is rumored to be one of the most haunted places in Texas on its own. Over time, there have been numerous reports of unpleasant meetings and hair-raising encounters with otherworldly beings along Demon's Road, with several people receiving scratches from an unseen entity. The land seems cursed, with a nameless malediction lost to time. Native American oral traditions avoid mentioning it, fearing that its name could summon greater evil. So, if you find yourself near Demon's Road after dark, proceed with caution. It's a place where reality and the supernatural intertwine in spine-chilling ways. The Blackeyed Children are unexplained and eerie entities that have captured imaginations in modern American folklore. The legend can be traced back to 1996, when Texas reporter Brian Bethel shared his encounters with these mysterious beings. Bethel described encountering 2 black-eyed children in Abilene, Texas, while another person had a similar experience in Portland, Oregon. The black-eyed children resemble kids aged 6 to 16 with pale skin and pitch-black eyes. They are often seen hitchhiking, begging, or appearing on doorsteps of residential homes, and their unsettling gaze and otherworldly presence generally leave witnesses feeling very uneasy. A 2013 episode of MSN's Weekly Strange helped spread the legend online, and people became fascinated with the entities. Ghost hunters, in particular, take alleged sightings very seriously, and some speculate that black-eyed children could be extraterrestrials, vampires, or even ghosts. One notable location associated with black-eyed children is the Jackson Square Apartments in Texas. This abandoned complex, once the scene of brutal murders, is now said to be haunted by these eerie beings who often knock on neighbors' doors, seeking entry to their homes. While the legend persists, actual documented encounters remain fairly elusive. Whether they're supernatural or simply horror folklore, the black-eyed children continue to intrigue and unsettle those who delve into their stories. Since 1883, strange lights have been reported in the desert outside the West Texas town of Marfa. These unexplained phenomena have mystified people for generations. Witnesses describe the lights as roughly the size of basketballs, and they vary in color. The lights exhibit erratic movements, with witnesses describing them splitting apart, merging together, disappearing altogether only to suddenly reappear. While some of the lights can be attributed to atmospherically distorted headlights from nearby Route 67, others remain a mystery. Speculations range from ghosts and UFOs to natural methane reserves and geoelectric charges from the igneous rock beneath Mitchell Flat. People come from all over the globe to see the Marfa lights, also known as the Marfa Ghost Lights. The favorite viewing spot is a widened shoulder on Highway 90, about 9 miles east of Marfa, where these captivating orbs continue to dance across the desert night. Whether they are in fact ghosts, UFOs, or something else entirely, their mystery shall continue. In the summer of 1969, a strange creature emerged from the waters of Lake Worth in Texas, forever etching its name into local folklore. This elusive animal, known as the Lake Worth Monster, defied easy categorization, being a curious blend of man and goat, with both fur and scales. Its glowing eyes pierced the dark, leaving witnesses both awestruck and terrified. The first sightings sparked a frenzy of speculation. The local citizens reported seeing a half-man, half-goat figure, leaping from trees and occasionally landing on unsuspecting cars. In one incident, the monster is said to have hurled a car tire at a group of people, leaving them badly shaken. Newspapers thrived with these encounters, and a blurry photograph allegedly captured the creature, courtesy of Mr. Alan Plaster. As curiosity grew, locals flocked to Lake Worth by the hundreds, hoping to catch a glimpse of this creature. Yet, despite extensive investigations by the police, no concrete evidence ever emerged. Cryptozoologist blogger Craig Woolheater theorized that the Lake Worth monster might be an undiscovered and undocumented primate species, a creature that defied classification, lurking in the dark shadows of Greer Island, Fort Worth's answer to Bigfoot. Since 2009, the Fort Worth Nature Center has celebrated the Lake Worth monster with an annual party, which is a quirky tradition that keeps the legend alive. The Lake Worth monster is a popular legend that invites wonder, skepticism, and a touch of fear, yet continues to captivate the imagination. Our story begins with Clara Crane, who lived in the quaint and rural town of Terrell. Clara's life took a very dark turn when she married Leonard, who was a taciturn man with a penchant for sweets. Their modest home stood on the outskirts of town, surrounded by wildflowers and tall grass. But behind the white picket fence, there lay a darkness that would soon consume them both. One fateful summer evening, Clara prepared Leonard's favorite treat, which was a batch of homemade candies. The air hung heavy with the scent of sugar and vanilla as she stirred the bubbling pot. But Clara harbored a dark secret, which was a deep hatred toward her husband. Leonard's constant cruelty had worn her down, and she longed for freedom. As the candies cooled on the kitchen counter, Clara dipped her finger into the molten caramel. With a twisted smile, she laced the candies with a lethal dose of poison. Leonard devoured them quickly, savoring the sweetness that masked his impending doom. After he died, the news sent shockwaves through Terrell. Clara soon felt extreme guilt for what she did, which gnawed at her sanity until she was committed to the North Texas Lunatic Asylum. The padded walls echoed with her cries, and the other inmates whispered of the Candy Lady, the woman who poisoned her husband with confections. Some years later, Clara was released, deemed cured by the asylum's doctors. But she was far from it. She returned to her desolate home, now overgrown with weeds, and the townsfolk watched her with wary eyes. In time, children began to disappear near Clara's property. Wrappers, bright and enticing, appeared on doorsteps, signed by the Candy Lady. Parents were on the alert, warning them not to stray too far from home. The local sheriff, who was a grizzled man named Sheriff Reynolds, took it upon himself to investigate. He followed the trail of candy wrappers, his lantern casting eerie shadows on the dusty ground. But one moonless night, he vanished. The townspeople found him days later, sprawled near Clara's abandoned well. His pockets bulged with half-eaten candies, and forks protruded from his eye sockets. The Candy Lady's reign of terror persisted. She became a legendary figure. Her eyes haunted the dreams of children. Parents locked their doors, and the once thriving town of Terrell withered and died. To this day, the Candy Lady remains a cautionary tale, a reminder that sweetness can conceal malevolence. Her precise dates and locations have blurred over time, but her legacy endures. So, if you ever find yourself near Terrell, listen for the rustle of candy wrappers and beware the Candy Lady's deadly treats. That concludes the top 5 scariest Texas urban legends. Which was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos.